Okay, we have another point of view casted game of Age of Mythology Retold, and we're going to be watching one of the new gods that's been buffed. It's Susanoo. He's being played by One Kitten Claw is the account, but he's also known as Nyan, a strong tournament player, probably one of the best Amaterasus early on. So we'll see what he can do with the newly buffed Susanoo. So the main things that were buffed with him is his Kusanagi, which is his main god power. I'm going to swap these guys around because I believe the new war should spawn around here. Maybe not, actually. We're going to swap these back. But Kusanagi is his god power. It's kind of like a shockwave with an area where things go up and get some CC on them. They get some damage, and that's been buffed a little bit and also reduced the cost of reusing it. And that kind of synergizes with what Susanoo wants to do, because whenever you use a god power with Susanoo, the other ones become cheaper. So he's basically a god power machine, and the Kusanagi can be in there to weave in between different god powers. Say you want to use the lightning drums, and then you use this one, and then you want to use your lightning drums again, it will be cheaper. I know they're not called lightning drums, it's called like Thunderburst or something, but it needs to have something to do with drums in there. And the other thing that was buffed about him is his myth units gain 2 times more Bushido, which is nice. What is happening with this UI? I don't know. I don't know what's happening down here. I apologize for that one. Nothing I can do. At least it's showing up. That'll do. We have our Kitsune having a one... exclamation devs. Yeah. I think Hagrid's streaming, so he won't be seeing that one. We have this one here, a nice relic uncovered, which will be his Spearman, the Yari Spearman, extra range, which is going to be very nice for his Spearman, if that's what he wants to go for. I think Spearmen are decent. They're just, Samurai are just good, right? I think Samurai are just way too good. Do I watch JA? Yes, yes, I do. I like to have streams on, kind of in the background. So I watch a bit of everybody, but yeah, bit of JA. He's a good Poseidon player. Even if people like to bash him, he's a strong player. Thunderclad Shawl here. Human soldiers and heroes minus 5% pierce. I don't know how some of these are worded. Maybe there'll be a mod which could be cool where it had some pictures on it for people that can't read very well, like myself. Oh dear. And here we have heroes increased damage as they lose HP. I haven't really done any tests on this to see how good it is, but I mean, it makes sense that it should be quite strong. Move back to the base of Nyan here. Just going for the standard kind of build, which we've seen. It's just copying the Greeks for anyone that wants to play at home. You have 4 on food, 2 on gold, then you have the 2 on wood. You get enough to go on food, which is normally 7 or 8, depending on how much of a fast advance time you want. If you want a fast advance time, you put 8 over there. If you don't care, you put 7, and then he's going to go for a 430, and that's nice and easy for anyone playing. And he's going through Minakata Tomi, which is interesting. Not one that we've seen many players pick, but I think his god power is really good. I've seen people talking about maybe his saltwater spring upgrade isn't very good because it only gives you 10% extra gather rate on the hunt, and then when the hunt's all gone, it's not really useful. Maybe it should be similar to Skadi's one, where it gives you a lot of hunting and then it also benefits your farms later, or something like Sacred Cats, which I do. Looks like our player here, Nyan's going to get a little bit lucky. Does get that Yari Spearman upgrade just ahead of Nuwa. Nuwa would definitely rate that one with the catapulties. I mean, she can't get the super strong catapulties, and unfortunately, the Kitsune, he was in the wrong place at the wrong time, and there's no chance of him ever getting out. So this nice god power is going to let our poor Kitsune get stuck. He's fast enough to just keep running around, but I mean, eventually you're going to get caught out by something if Ice Fox DOD here, which we haven't introduced, is paying attention. He is pretty quick, though. Whether or not there'll be a rescue mission from this one Yudo, it's kind of a siege weapon, so potentially could get him out, which would be nice. So second town center coming from the new war. We haven't seen that there's a second town center up, but the usage of creation, the large giant that walked out there with his hammer ready to start a town center, you just know that that's coming. So what is the Susanoo's game plan here? It looks like he's getting pickaxe. So pickaxe normally means that you're not going for a town center yourself, because that 120 wood is going to come in handy to get a town center. So yes, the one Yudo is going to come through. It's going to take a while for him to destroy the wooden wall, though. Or earth wall, sorry, not wooden wall. And then the Shrine of the Hunt, God Power, just used in the defensive spot here, and the deers will constantly spawn around it. I don't really know about a spawn like this, because I think the deers can spawn over the other side, and it means it's going to be, yeah, just like this one, which means it's kind of difficult to hunt those ones. I think it would be just better. I haven't really played much with this god, but it'd be much better to just have it in a circle, like next to these berry bushes, or even just somewhere here where you get a little bit of trees, you get the gold mine, but at least the hunt will spawn properly. Maybe even just getting one Shrine of the Hunt separate to where your Miko is going to be gathering favor. I mean, she's only getting 0.06 anyway. It's not a big one. Looks like he is also going to do the strat where he kind of sits back with a handful of villagers, and then the rest of them are going to go over here. So no second town center being matched. Looks like there's a samurai out, which could do some good damage to the villagers. Let's go after a normal villager instead of the clay ones, which was a good shout. Halberdier out already for Firefox here. I assume the Halberdier was just in case there was some early Naginata riders coming in, which there absolutely was. And something that Nyan's very good at is this healing micro. Playing Amaterasu mainly means that his healing micro is going to be on point, because her healing is just better than the others. So nice play here. Also, I guess one good change in the last patch for these forward Mikos is they don't show up as idle villagers now. So it's nicer when they're forward, and you don't get a bit confused with that one. It's like Nyan wants to take a bit of a fight, trying to take down one of those pioneers. Unfortunately, doesn't get to snipe the pioneer, but there's no real way for Nuwa to heal up. Just thinking off the top of my head, I don't think there's any way for her to heal up. So any damage is going to be nice. From the Susanoo perspective, looks like a pioneer is trying to get on this one Yudo. The one Yudo has a decent amount of pierce armor, so that should be a dead pioneer and healed up nicely by the Miko. So small amounts of value found for Susanoo here, but I mean he needs to find a little bit more. He definitely needs to find more against the 2-town center player. Can't just sit back now. He needs to carry on going, and finding the temple is going to be nice. Taking away the relic, which is the one relic we didn't find earlier, which is Minor Gods. Going up to the next stage costs less, so not bad. And trying to get out of there. Yeah, nice healing micro. And these very squishy pioneers are going to go down quite quickly. Looks like Firefox really wants to collect that one back up. He's going to be able to get into the tower. One Yudo is surviving thanks to that heal. Without that heal, he would have definitely gone down. And that means that Firefox is going to lose his tiger. Brutal. So some really, really good damage. The gold mine has been pushed off here. I'm not sure about the map of if Firefox is really good being able to get gold. If we see the other kind of back town center, there's no gold mine behind it. So potentially he could be pushing Firefox off of gold now, but there might be one around here that we haven't scouted yet, or Nyan hasn't scouted yet. Also getting out the second one, Yudo. Is he going to get the upgrade to make him an old man? Not getting him yet, but that does give him extra AoE and extra damage. So if you're going full on with these, which you kind of want to do with Susanoo, I mean, oh, he is getting a third one. So definitely worth getting the upgrade. Just in general, when you're getting myth units, I kind of like to get the upgrade after 3. Even if whatever the upgrade is, it just seems like a good kind of rule of thumb. An 81 favor sat in the bank because he's getting the favor for getting up to Bushido tier 2. So we got, I believe, 50 favor lump sum for that, which is nice. Trying to push in, but unfortunately can't. Does have a nice play from Firefox getting the military camp tower in. Actually, both of them with towers, so nice play from him, but the siege weapons are in, and this healing is coming in clutch. I would really like to see how much healing this girl's done, but unfortunately in the spectator we can't even see how much damage these things have done, which you normally can if you're looking at it live, but big value taking out these because they are towers that he's had to spend some resources on, has Firefox, so very, very nice. There is a gold mine this side, so no kind of pushing off gold, but still getting some good value out of the one town center. But eventually is going to fall quite far behind as the 2 town centers have been up for about 4 minutes now, which you get a villager every, whatever it is, 18 seconds. So quite a few villagers ahead. needs to start pressuring. Obviously, forcing out watchtowers on these buildings, taking them out. You're getting those resources back where you've just gathered less. But the Miko is going to come back. I thought maybe she was going to go do something else. Only 2 Mikos actually gathering favor for the Susanoo here. I don't know what's probably the best play for that one, whether or not to get more. And now we see there's 1 Udos. There's 5 of them. What does the upgrade do? It is AoE, isn't it? It's AoE and damage of ranged attack. Oh, so just extra damage, extra AoE. Why not? Why not let it fly? Get that upgrade in. Nice play as well, taking down the Earth Wall while it's free. Once you take down, I don't know, X number of these Earth Walls, I don't remember what it is now. I think it's 6. It did change from the original patch where it was 8. But the whole thing will go down when you've taken out that amount. So Naginata Rider's coming over this side as well. And we'll be trying to force his way through that Earth Wall. While the bulk of the army is sitting back and just getting out more of these 1 Udos. I mean, they are wood and only 16 favor, which is quite cheap for any myth unit, really. This is quite a cheap myth unit. So one that's easy to mass. And being siege weapons, I mean, it's similar to kind of pushing with like a Greek Minotaur or something where they have a little bit of crush damage, so can eventually take down the enemy town center. There is this watchtower here, and a watchtower on this machine workshop. So it's kind of how much do you really want to push? How much healing can you get? The other option is what Nyan's going for here, which is just push somewhere else. He spent so many resources getting these towers up, getting this machine workshop up, that anything that's happening within the main base is probably the thing that you're going to want to pressure. You kind of want to pressure where your opponent isn't. It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to think about sometimes because you just want to keep pressuring where their villages are, but kind of got to force something else. And actually, with this amount of units, could probably force the town center. But Firefox playing it nicely, got a town center or watchtower right next to his TC. But because these guys do AoE damage, it's also doing a bit of damage to the town center while the watchtower is taking damage, and that goes down so quick. Upgrade coming in. The old men are there. Could probably turn and burn these guys, but going straight after the town center. Oh my god, that goes down so quick. Naginata Riders coming in. Should be able to counter these archers pretty nicely. Look at them going down so quick. Kusanagi coming in. A bit of a whiff, unfortunately. I guess he kind of wanted to scare them out, but I think it would have been a better idea to do it behind them and kind of push them in. I think that's where my kind of MOBA player instinct kind of comes in there. You want to force them in a different direction rather than just whack it straight on the top. And I think that's where the League and the Dota players are probably going to come in clutch. All these villagers burning, taking that tick damage. Absolutely huge timing attack here from the Susanoo. Yeah, just go where the opponent isn't defending. Firefox tried with that extra watchtower. I think if he would have had an extra minute or so, he probably would have put another military camp with watchtower on it, and it would have been a little bit harder to get around. But Nyan found the timing. How many 1 Udos does he have, though? He is losing these 1 Udos, but I think they've kind of got the value that he wanted. It's going to be able to take down these Pioneers. Pioneers aren't that cheap either. They are 105 resources, so they're just spawning and dying, which isn't ideal. But the bulk of the villagers are all on this second town center too. So if Nyan can get a good group kind of come over here, that's kind of greedy by Firefox, getting up to the heroic age, which is why maybe he didn't have as many resources to spend on units as he could have otherwise. But it does mean that he gets his forest protection, which can be nice to defend this area, which means it's going to be quite hard for these 1 Udos to get in. Unlike some range siege, they can sit outside the forest protection range, but these guys definitely can't. So they'll be taking that damage and the kind of snaring to struggle to get out. But the pressure is really on. The only thing is, though, about this, Firefox is still getting gold, and he's absolutely fine. A nice play by him, getting a bow lay up to secure his next gold mine, because he's been on this one basically for 10 minutes, so it's probably going to be expiring somewhat soon. You don't want to get a castle right next to this one, because there's just no point defending it. You've got to think about your next one. Who's Firefox? This is his second account. It's called Ice Fox, but he's called Firefox. That's his name. I think he mainly plays on this account, though, which is a bit strange. I think that's kind of what happens with some players. They just favor one account that isn't their actual name, which is quite funny. So yeah, if you hear me say Firefox, it's Ice Fox. And actually, Firefox, Ice Fox coming in with a pretty nice raid. If he can run these White Horse Cavalry away, unfortunately, kind of throwing one of those away. Expensive units. 85 gold apiece, those guys. And now, what's the Bushido looking like? So Bushido tier 3. So we got that 75 favor income, which has been spent obviously on those one Udos. Got 5 of those bad boys. Getting up to the heroic age wouldn't be a bad idea. We see the Susanoo here maybe macroing slightly bit too much towards food. I think that is what happens when you kind of constantly have these villagers gathering here. I mean, they've been being able to gather from these deers for pretty much the entirety of this game. They've been doing it for about 10 minutes. So maybe he's not so used to getting all this food in when playing Noir. And yeah, Noir, when playing Amma, sorry. And this is what I mean about the deers. I think, yeah, all these villagers are going to walk around and go, that just feels bad. It does have a watermill this side, though. So nice kind of play in that respect, but you just have to keep running around. But there's a couple of stray peasants coming after these berry bushes. Maybe expected not to be found, but probably didn't need to do it with those two villagers. So nice little collapse by Nyan. Now, Firefox, he is really trying to get some good value with these. But I believe, I mean, it's only really these villagers that he can attack. It's a nice wall up here from Nyan. Could potentially get a wall up this side if he wants to defend his back villagers that could get attacked at some point. So do have to watch out for that. And Firefox notices the villagers, the only ones that he can attack. Does take out one. These back ones, I mean, there's no watchtowers up, so potentially could get some good value here. But in come the wolves, and the wolves will be able to scare these guys away. But the villagers, unfortunately, going after the town center instead of the sentry tower. So he's going to lose another one. And this is the issue with playing against some of these top level players, is even if they're somewhat behind, you would think that Firefox would probably be behind in this kind of situation, even though he has so many villagers. Still managing to get the pressure on elsewhere, which is distracting Nyan from doing what he wants to do, which is mass an army and just push this position. Raijin coming in, so we'll have those thunder drums available in a minute. Also the Raijus, if he wants to do that, or just carry on with the Wan Yudos. The Wan Yudos have got a nice little buff of HP. Nice little buff of damage as well. Finding the trade, but second gold mine secured. No problem for Firefox. Yeah. These guys en masse are scary. So yeah, we're up 360 HP. Like little raid coming in. Firefox securing his next gold mine too, while everything was kind of slowing down. Now the Baolei, look how quickly the Baolei goes down. Does use his forest protection on this back temple, which was a nice play. If he had used it on that Baolei, it would have just gone down instantly. Sometimes you got to think about that where you want to use it. And in comes the thunder drums, the thunder burst. It's going to force out the majority of units. Could potentially take out the Baolei while it's happening, but there's so many Quafus. They repair that almost instantly. And also the issue with playing against Heroic Age China is they start to get their extra heroes out. So the Wan Yudos aren't going to be as strong now thanks to this Zhang Xia Gentleman and the Sage, which can steal one away as well. Sage better against the one-off strong myth units, but still, here he is. Does manage to take one away. Should be using this one to fight, though, because it does die when that finishes up. And now the wave, a fast mythic, somewhat fast mythic, coming through from the Noir. Doesn't do as much damage as he probably hoped, but the Baolei is getting some good damage done. Now the Qinglong is a decent counter to those Wan Yudos, and the Wan Yudos all go down. Could potentially take out the Baolei, but I think with all of these Tiger Cavalry spawning, probably not ideal. Now we see the Shinobi. Shinobis are good against buildings. They are strong units. Trying to get some forward buildings coming up. Shinobi spawning. Shinobis aren't good at all against Tiger Cavalry, though. Tiger Cavalry, both of the versions, the horse plus the dude that falls off the horse, both shred the Shinobi, so you do have to worry about that one. And Li Jing is in as well. And that's going to put a stop to basically Susanoo. I mean, his whole myth unit idea is now out the window when any of the late game Chinese heroes come out, they are stupid strong, basically. Okay, Bushi's going back as well. Bushies are here to deal with the Qinglong. Should be able to take him out pretty quick. Slithers away, but I mean, down quarter HP. Shinobi's not in the best spot even. Need to go around the backside to get this one. Kusanagi, that's used in a nice way there to try and push them out. Does get one Chuko Nu out the way. Probably didn't spread how he wanted to there, but still nice idea for the usage. And that's why Li Jing is so strong with his stupid stun. Qinglong coming back, but Nyan is on it and should be able to take out that dragon pretty sharpish. Needs to probably get out some siege weapons. I guess that is what the Shinobi's for, but these Baolays are just getting way too much value. And needs something for those Tiger Cavalry. He did manage to get that relic earlier, which helps the Yari Spearmen, but I guess Samurais are just too strong. Also with that Samurai upgrade with the Hanya Mask. And this one takes less pierce damage, so I think the Samurais are just too good. Even though the Shinobis are kind of siege weapons, you need loads of them to be able to take out anything. It's similar to the hero siege guy. So if you've just got one, just get the normal siege weapon out. If you're trying to go against buildings, the Shinobis, they're not really cut out. Look at this 300 HP. Champion Samurais, we haven't really mentioned that the Bushidos come in very quickly for Nyan. 20 minutes in, gets his champion units. And Firefox stuck on heavy. So it's safe to say that Susanoo buff is paying off pretty nicely, where he is being able to get in champion much quicker than he was before. Bushies will be able to take out this Qinglong. You need to get out a few of them if that's what you're going for. Look at him go. He's going to get one special off, the poor lad, and he's going to go down. But not really full population. I don't know whether he's forcing it a bit too quickly. What's the building situation? So he's got 6 dojos. Does the dojo have the upgrade to get out quicker? No, it doesn't have the levy or whatever it's called for the Japanese. Is it just levy? Yeah, the same ones, levy conscript. So needs to get out that one if he wants to keep on with these six dojos, or just build more dojos. Actually, I think it looks like he hasn't got them in the right control group, where he's missing some of these buildings, considering there's 2 out of each one. It's very easy to do when you're playing the game, is forgetting to add stuff to your control group. You can just shift and press whichever one it is. And then a cheeky raid coming in from Firefox. Gonna put a stop to this gold mine. The Shinobi's back here, but we said the Shinobi's aren't really the boys. It's gonna put a stop to this gold mining operation for a little bit. Now both players, I believe, are sat on that one town center, so not building any extra ones. And pretty much equal in the villager numbers too, but this is brutal. While this is going on though, he is trying to push. Is the Noir. Which isn't ideal when a decent amount of your forces are this way. And a cheeky gold mine spot here. Only 4 villages, unfortunately, but still, it's 4 villages that are probably not going to get caught out. It's heavy Tiger Cavalry, really distracting. Being very, very annoying. I think watchtowers from Nyan would just be a good shout. Also, obviously, just walling this one off. But watchtowers up, crenellations to deal with some of these annoying tiger calves. And then this one, just a castle up would be nice, but I mean, he's been distracted so much, doesn't actually have many villagers on wood to do that one. But there are villagers behind him, thinking that that's where the gold mining operation was. That they're just in his line of sight. He's going to notice that, potentially? No. Gets away with that one. Oh, no. Does there. I thought Firefox got away with that one, but I think they're heading to this area. The wolves are pretty good. Second town center is also coming up this side, deciding to still go into those Qinglongs, even though the Bushies are kind of in. Unfortunately, going to throw away a Raiju. And that's a nice Kusanagi usage. Completely stops the town center going up. Does decent damage to villagers, actually. I guess peasants have less HP than all the other civs, but still, good damage. Stops the town center when it was pretty much almost finished. But does need to worry about the Qinglongs. Gets his own second town center as well. And basically a little bit on every gold mine around. So has enough to go up to the next stage if that's what he wants to do. Or get some armory upgrades, maybe. Does have 2 of the 3 armory upgrades. Could go for bronze armor if he wants to. Potentially Mythic Age. Actually, has he built a castle? No, he hasn't built a castle, so actually can't go to the Mythic Age unless he had one and it's just been destroyed. But it is blacked out, so I think he needs to build a castle before going up to the next stage. Yeah, you must build a castle. That's nice that pops up for us in old spectator mode. I'm trying to see what's happening with these shinobis. Also, a good idea could be potentially start walling off some of the map. Grabbing this town center is very nice because this is where the majority of the gold mines are. So getting some walls up, getting some castles up, getting some town centers, it's a good play. But I think it's just literally just macroing to get more dudes out rather than build more buildings. I guess the only reason for Mythic Age is those iron upgrades at this point, and maybe some of those unique techs, because he has champion already. He doesn't need to go up to the next stage for that one. And the nice drums, the Thunderburst in. Thunderburst used the second time. The Kusanagi's been constantly used to make that one cheaper. So that's a sick play. And these samurai just, I mean, they just carve up everything in their path. Poor Firefox's units. I think these are going to get caught out too. If the Shinobis can sneak around the back, use their Q, these guys go down so quick. Trying to do a bit of micro. And actually, the Shinobis are going to back off. I think he probably could have taken those out. Samurai can't. I mean, there's so many Qinglongs here. They're going to get taken down eventually. But going after the gold mine's probably a better shout. The Shinobis are pretty good raiders too, with how fast they are and how much damage they do when you hit that shift Q. Absolutely huge. Firefox is trying his best. He's kind of moving his units all around together. But I mean, this is the only gold mine he's got, so definitely needs to defend that one. I guess Nyan's just going to group absolutely everything and just go straight for it. It does have his third TC, so he's up to a decent amount of population to just full send. Still not going next stage, queuing up loads of myth units. Loads of heroes. The other one. The counter to those myth units. The Qinglong raids coming in. But Nyan's so spread around, I don't think this is really going to matter. It's also got the Bushies, these, which are pretty much the same speed as those Qinglongs, so they are going to get some value, but I mean, he's got so many town centers now, it doesn't really matter. And Firefox knows this, and he's going to say, no, that's enough. So Susanoo, pretty good, I think. That favor, those favors for going up to the next Bushido tiers really made him get some Wanyudos out. And it was also, the God Power combos with the Kusanagi are definitely better now, so GG.